The Wolf in the Parlor. The Eternal Connection Between Humans and Dogs. By Jon Franklin. Narrated by George K. Wilson. Copyright 2009 by Jon Franklin. This unabridged audiobook is published by arrangement with Farrar, Straus and Giroux, LLC, and was produced in the year 2009 by Tantor Media, Incorporated, which holds the copyright thereto. Chapter 1. To live the considered life is to dwell in an enigma. Nothing is truly as it seems. The certainties we hold when we are 25 have become absurdities by 50. In the process, we have to nose along through the clamor and smoke of existence, trying to understand what is really going on, as opposed to what only seems to be going on, struggling to separate the vagaries of the moment from the constants of existence, to eliminate the obvious irrelevancies that so many people get hung up on, like fashion and, dogs. Dogs are a good example. There they are for some reason, and can be enjoyable creatures, but the why of it is not worth our time and energy. Alexander Pope said as much. The proper study of mankind is man. Man, not cats or rabbits or hyenas or aardvarks. Or dogs. Eliminating the trivia, clearing our minds of chaff, allows our attention to fix on the things that really matter. Then sometimes those things we otherwise might not even notice, can stun us with their relevancy. The element of surprise adds to the power of such moments. As scientists like to say, serendipity is often the crux of discovery. In my case, it all started 30 years ago or so, in an instant burned forever into my mind. I was sitting at my desk in the northeast corner of the Baltimore Sun newsroom, feet propped on my desk and a cold cup of coffee by my elbow. I was opening mail, which for me was like a hound hunting rabbits. I would patrol the mail, ruffling my nose through the news, never sure what would emerge from the next envelope I slid open. So it was that one day in the late 1970s, I opened an envelope and pulled out a photograph that would forever change my perception of myself and set me on a journey that has consumed much of the rest of my life since. They called me a science writer, but I thought of my beat as truth and beauty. And yes, in my heart of hearts, I looked down on other reporters. All they got to cover was the everyday trivia of City Hall, elections, the machinations of administrators and of officialdom, fires and floods and homicides and growth plans and school budgets, and cats stuck in trees, this and all the other superficial stuff that seemed relevant to the dullards on the city desk. Everything else, the whole magnificent unfolding panorama of scientific endeavor, from the moot to the apocalyptic, belonged to the science writer. Me. Think of the great imponderables of existence, the mystery of the quasars, shining so brightly at the far horizon of time, the enigma of what makes a volcano explode or a tornado germinate, why butterflies flutter and fireflies blink and black carbon fuses together to make glittering diamonds, fruit fly genetics, the denning behavior of Asian bears, the molecular machinery of the red blood cell, the burial preferences of ancient Micronesians, the tidal motions of the Bay of Fundy, the sex life of the lesser kudu, the quixotic search for the ivory-billed woodpecker. What is science, anyway, if not a living compendium of ballads, mystery yarns, and shaggy dog stories? And there was always more and more and more. The forces of history shifted with the avalanche of discovery and invention, and the hard realities that shaped life came less and less from the political process and more from the laboratory. Everywhere you look, you see the results of science. The
Sample complete. Ready to continue?